Take two.
We're going to a tea party, y'all.
Tea party, y'all. We're dressed up real nice.
We wear sugar cubes like ice.
Tea party, y'all. And you're invited to
A tea party, y'all.
tea party, y'all. I got my tea hat
I
on.
think a kitty wants to come.
Tea party, y'all. And you're invited to. Hi, this is Coreen from Capn America Projects, and welcome to my tea parties. And today I'm going to show you how to create a tea party that your guests will love. And so I guess the first step in creating a tea party is to make a rap video about it. But once you're done with that, send out the invitations. I sent out the invitations about a week and a half before the party started so that people wouldn't forget about it. And I had such a good response from people wanting to come to the party, more than any other party type that I have thrown before. So if you want a lot of people to come to your party, be sure it's a tea party. So once people started RSVPing, then I made up their place setting for them ahead of time. And what it was a dessert glass with their name stickered onto it, and I would later fill it up with carnations, and the guests could take their place setting home. So the flow of the party went pretty well. What happened was the guests would arrive and then they would sign their name on our special guest book. And our guest book was kind of neat because it was actually a sign from a clothing store that had gone out of business. And so we used it as a whiteboard, and the guests would sign their name using a special royal title too. So that made them feel kind of neat to do that, kind of royal. And then after they had done signing the guest book, then they were presented with a pair of white gloves. And they were sat at either the pink table, the yellow table, or the green table. And I also had some end tables situated around these three tables that were filled with little goodies and the teas that they would drink, so that they could fill themselves up a little bit while they waited for the scones and while they waited for the special sandwiches. So now I'm going to show you how to make the sandwiches that were the biggest hit of the party. So here's the menu that we had, and the scones came with clotted cream. Very easy to make. All that you do is take 4 pints of heavy whipping cream and put it in a large covered pot, and then you just place that pot at the bottom of an oven at 180 degrees for about 8 hours. It'll have a yellow layer when it's done, and then you refrigerate it for 8 hours and then scoop it out. I think that if you don't like 2% milk, you won't like clotted cream, but if you do, then you'll love it. Another favorite is the strawberry cream cheese sandwich. All that you do is take a loaf of raisin bread and cut the crust off, then spread on some cream cheese and layer it with strawberry slices on both sides. Then you take 3 toothpicks where you want to cut the sandwiches into thirds, and using a bread knife, cut them into thirds there. And then afterwards, garnish them with little fruits at the end of the toothpicks. I knew these were the favorites because they would sneak into the kitchen and get them after the party was over. Next is my personal favorite, the olive focaccia sandwich. First I took Kalamata olives and regular black olives and diced up about a cup of them. Then I took 3 sprigs of parsley, sliced them thinly. Then I took a whole loaf of focaccia bread and sliced it as thin as I could, layered on some olive oil, some provolone cheese, and then the olive mix. As parting gifts, I had teacup sets to give to each of the guests. They had their own labeled with their own name tag, and it was basically the inspiration to make the tea party in the first place by seeing these cute little cup sets in the store. I definitely recommend taking a full day just to make the party decorations, and also taking a full day just to make the sandwiches, because otherwise you'll be awake the entire night. You only get like 2 hours of sleep, and you won't enjoy the party as much as hostess as you regularly would. Thank you so much for joining us for our tea party, and I hope that you've gotten some good ideas to use for your own party. Take 2.
Going to a tea party, y'all.
Tea party, y'all, we're dressed up real nice.
We wear sugar cubes like ice.
Tea party, y'all, and you're invited to
a tea party, y'all.
tea party, y'all. I got my tea hat on.
I think a kitty wants to come.
Tea party, y'all, and you're invited to